How's it going, Laser Bruces? I'm Sixkilla, welcome back to return to Shironagasu Island. Now we are about to take the testimonies of Giselle and then Akira, I believe. And hopefully then we'll have 3 testimonies and we'll be closer to figuring out the cause of Thomas's murder, why Raymond disappeared, who the demon of Shironagasu Island is, and what the fuck is going on. And yeah, all of that. So let's talk about what happened before and after the incident. First of all, could you tell me what you did before and after Thomas burned to death? Please explain in detail, without omitting anything. Alright, I went to the dining hall with the young lady before lunch started at noon. I recalled that nothing unusual happened at that time. After you arrived at the dining hall. As I'm asking this question, Neneko pokes my arm. You have to ask her about something. Giselle had gone back to get something, so she arrived in the dining hall later than Akira. Neneko whispers this to me and I remember it. Right, I almost forgot about that. Keep up the good work, tape recorder. As I can feel the daggers shooting out of Neneko's eyes, I asked Giselle again. As I recall, you arrived at the dining hall later than Akira because you went back to get something, didn't you? What did you go back for? My apologies, I forgot about that. Just before I arrived at the hall with the young lady, I considered the fact that there would be an important announcement made, so I went back to retrieve my notebook. The young lady arrived first, and I came 10 minutes later. Notebook, huh? So everyone arrived in the hall in this following order. Thomas, Neneko and I, Akira and Giselle. Please think carefully. When you went back to the dining hall with your notepad, did you notice anything strange about the corridor or the bridge? No. Looking back, I don't recall there being anything strange about the corridor or the bridge. Were those iron doors open or were they closed? I remember that they were open when I was together with the young lady. When I returned from my room, the doors were also open on both sides. I see the doors were still open when you returned. When you went to the dining hall for lunch, they were closed. When we went, sorry. Although Abby was supposed to have kept them open and locked into place after that. In other words, if your testimony is correct, someone closed the doors after you went to the hall. There must have been a reason for closing the iron doors. Was whoever closed them also Thomas's killer? After you went through the corridor, did you immediately go to the dining hall? Yes, I immediately went to the dining hall. I was there the entire time after that without leaving my seat. I glance at Neneko, she hesitantly nods at me. It appears that Giselle's testimony is true. Thank you, everything is clear. Could you tell me what happened when you discovered Thomas's body? When we left the hall, we walked through the corridor and arrived at the bridge. I remember that at that point, both doors, the one on the side of the mansion and the one on the guest room wing, were closed. So when you opened the door on the side of the guest room building, you were the one who discovered Thomas? It was the young lady who felt that something was amiss and discovered Mr. Harrington. I was concentrating on turning the iron door wheel, so I saw him a moment later. Could you tell me how Akira reacted at that time? The young lady initially believed that there was a fire due to the stench and the black smoke coming out of the corridor. Shortly after, she discovered Mr. Harrington lying in the aisle, and she appeared to be very shaken. When I noticed there was something unusual in the corridor, I immediately understood the situation and kept the young lady away from the door. The young lady's face became pale, and I was afraid that she could faint at any moment. I remember Akira being very upset at the time. Even a strong-willed girl wouldn't be able to bear such a sight. Weren't you upset seeing the murder scene? I was focused on protecting the young lady, so I didn't really pay attention to it. I am required to remain calm under any circumstances to assist the young lady, so I try to control my emotions as much as possible. I see, thank you, that was very helpful. There are some minor discrepancies in her testimony that differ from Akira's recollection of events, but they don't appear to make much difference. Giselle appears to be able to remain cool under all circumstances with a heart of steel. In any case, I'm beginning to understand the situation a little bit better. I'd like to ask you about Shironagasu Island. Any trivial rumor you may have heard is fine, so please tell me if you know anything. Unfortunately, I do not know a lot about Shironagasu Island. I only know that it's an island with first-class facilities that can only be visited by certain people. No, wait a minute. Akira appears to know some things, which means you should have heard some dark stories about the island from her as well. Am I right? Giselle remains silent. She obviously knows some things, but she's not talking. For full disclosure, I've heard some stories about the island from the young lady. However, that is all that I can say about them. I am duty-bound to keep what I hear confidential. This is an important investigation into a murder case, isn't it? But you still won't tell me. If you want to hear about them, you should ask the young lady herself. However, I cannot guarantee that she will talk to you. Giselle's a hard nut to crack. I don't think we can convince her to tell us about the island's secrets. Let's keep trying anyway. I think I've heard enough about the murder. I'd like to know about her background. This is only for reference. you're in the service of the Edgeworth family. Am I correct? Yes, that is correct. To be precise, I am the personal attendant of Miss Akira Edgeworth. Tell me how you entered into service of the Edgeworth family. Apparently, due to the young lady's strong temper, her previous attendance did not last very long. I was originally an employee in the Edgeworth mansion, but fortunately the young lady took a liking to me and requested me to be her personal attendant. I see. It certainly must be difficult to be able to withstand Akira's temper for very long. It is unusual to see her get on so well with her, but if I consider Giselle's indifferent attitude, the two of them might have compatible personalities. One more question. My apologies if I'm prying too much, but your skin colour is quite exotic. What is your ancestry? No need to apologise. I'm from England, but my grandmother was from India, so I'm quarter Indian. That's why my skin is slightly dark. I see, India. I learned that India was colonised by the United Kingdom and is also part of the Commonwealth. Alright, I think I've asked what I want to hear. There's one thing I'd like to try though. Thank you very much, you've been a great help. That's all I wanted to ask. You can leave now. I wind up the conversation and tell Giselle to leave. When out of the blue I say, oh, before I forget, you know, somebody told me that they saw you release the locking mechanism of the iron doors. What? That I released the door mechanisms? They must be mistaken, I didn't touch the doors. I tried to make up a false testimony to see if she'd become flustered, but judging from her reaction, Giselle's testimony certainly appears to be credible. Now don't worry about it. The person who told me that wasn't quite sure about it. They probably misremembered it. Thank you for your cooperation. Ah. Oh, that took less time than I expected. Giselle, what did you talk about in there? Tell me. That girl, she was trying to eavesdrop on us after all. Guess I made the right decision to use the soundproof communication room. Akira, I want to hear your own version of events. No talking to Giselle before that. Come on in. I want to get started right away. Why you... I've decided I do not like you after all. Young lady, I'll be waiting outside. Please let me know if there's anything you need help with. Yes, I'll be sure to scream loudly when he's about to assault me. Flatter yourself, young lady. Hurry up and come inside. If you don't mind, I'd like to sit down. Is that alright? Oh, of course. The chair is wobbly. Whatever, you may begin. I'd like to talk about what you did before and after Thomas's murder. You heard most of it from Giselle, didn't you? It's exactly like she said, that is all. Are we done here? It doesn't work like that, you have to give me proper testimony. You left the guest room building together. Apparently she left you for a short period of time. I want you to tell me what happened during that time. Bossy, aren't you? Coming from you, that's rich. Fine. We met in front of my room, and I went to the dining hall together. Just before we entered the place, Giselle said she'd left something behind. So I went inside by myself, that's all. The iron doors, were they both closed? No, they were open as usual. I remember that the wind was blowing into the corridor and it was so cold. I think they were somehow locked into place? I see, so they were open. Do you remember what Giselle had forgotten? If I recall correctly, she'd forgotten her notebook. She told me that there might be an important announcement from Sir Raymond, so she wanted to take notes. Did you notice anything else unusual on the bridge or in the corridor? No matter how small. Nothing in particular. Come to think of it, the bridge was quite wet because of the rain. It almost slipped. I wish someone would do something about the drainage. Yes, it was so wet that my trousers got soaked. The wind is so strong, and it's cold. The place is dreadful. I wonder how much worse it gets in the winter. Winter, huh? Yeah, it'll probably be even worse. What, are we in the summer right now? Could you tell me about the moment you found Thomas? Are you really going to make me remember that horrible moment? We were the first to leave, so we raised the iron door and crossed the bridge. At that time, we didn't feel as if anything was off. But when Giselle opened the door to the guest room building, the corridor was filled with black smoke, and a foul stench came out of it. At first I thought it was a fire, but when I looked closely I saw there was a dead body. It was dreadful. I don't want to see something like that ever again. Neneko is making vomiting sounds behind my back. This is probably not easy for someone with photographic memory like her. It's as if she actually sees the corpse again. I was standing there, stunned. Giselle then pulled me away from the door. Then you guys showed up. I guess it happened like that? There's nothing strange about it, right? It indeed meshes with Giselle's testimony. There don't appear to be any discrepancies. Oh yes, did you leave your seat during lunch? No, I never left my seat. When Akira says that, Neneko pokes me in the back. She's lying. Akira left her seat 18 minutes after the meal started. Did she now? So you're saying she's trying to hide something? Hey, what are you two whispering about? She says you left your seat for a short time. You left the dining hall once, didn't you? No, I did not leave the hall. Akira's definitely lying. When she came back in, a tissue was sticking out of her vest pocket, so she probably went to the bathroom. Also, she was gone for 7 minutes, which means she probably did a number 2. That's a little bit too much information, Neneko, but thanks anyway. Listen, Akira, if you don't tell me the whole truth, I only begin to question anything else you say. Tell me the truth, you left the dining hall, didn't you? More specifically, you went to the bathroom. Do you really believe what she said? I told you I did not leave the dining hall. She remembers it wrong. Unfortunately, that's impossible. Now, going to the bathroom is nothing to be ashamed about. It doesn't matter if it's number 1 or number 2. They get stepped into a slippery slope. Sure enough, Akira's face turns red and she scowls. Actually, she's glaring at Neneko. Neneko, are you trying to humiliate me by making things up? Why are you messing with me? You always hide your face underneath that crazy long hair. Why don't you just show your face? Are you that insecure? Do you want to tell me something? Look me in the eyes and tell me what you want to say. Neneko trembles and hides behind me as usual. You're hiding again. What are you going to do if there's no one you can hide behind? I apologize. Please do not be so angry. Neneko didn't mean anything bad either, I think. Well, I don't want there to be any doubts, so I'll tell the truth. I did leave the hall once. I went to fix my makeup. You don't even wear makeup. Just admit that you were there to have a crap. I nudge persistent Neneko with my elbow in her stomach as she tries to mutter something. Ow! Neneko whimpers and I face Akira. Ah, right. It certainly is important to fix your makeup. So did you notice anything strange in the hallway? Nothing out of the ordinary, I believe. I didn't see anyone outside. She doesn't give me anything to go on. And while she does appear to be good at telling lies, her testimony is consistent with Giselle's. There's more. Do you want to discuss anything else that happened at that time? No, it's fine. Your testimony was helpful. Thank you. Can you tell me about Shironagasu Island? About Shironagasu Island? I don't know anything particularly unusual about it. You're lying. You gave me some advice on the ship. That I shouldn't go snooping around too much if I valued my life. Akira, you know something about this island, don't you? You must have misinterpreted what I said. And even if I do know something, do you really think I would tell someone like you? One person has been killed, and the killer is still out there. There may be other victims. Are you alright with that? Everyone who came to this island is scum. I don't care if they die. In fact, that would make me happy. You can be happy if everyone else is murdered, but what if you or Giselle are killed? You should be on your guard as well. If an outsider learned the secret of this island, things would not end well for them. Even more so for a detective. They would kill you. Not only you, but also that young lady hiding behind your back. I've already come too far to turn back now, and not pursuing the killer would go against my nature. I can't just run away. How foolish. Still, I'm not saying a word. Good grief, she's so stubborn. Perhaps I can find her Achilles heel and make her talk. Like what? About how she needs to take a crap all the time? The servants probably think that you told me everything about the island during this interrogation. It doesn't matter if you speak or remain silent. You're still in danger. No, staying silent is even more dangerous, because then the killer will still be out there. You understand what I'm saying? I want to say such nasty things to you, but I won't allow them to escape my lips. You're out of luck, detective. I won't talk, no matter how endangered you make me feel. I thought Akira would be easy to talk to, but she's proving to be quite a challenge. What should I do? Kick her in the face. Then let's change the subject. Do you think that someone from the mansion killed Thomas, or was it someone else? It was someone from the mansion. I'm certain that they wanted to silence him. Sir Raymond mentioned a traitor in his message. Perhaps he was the traitor. I'd like to know more about this betrayal. I know that you'll refuse to tell me anything, though. I'll stop asking about the island for now. Could you tell me about your background and how you ended up here? Would that be alright? I guess I can tell you about that? Akira snorts and starts to talk. My name is Akira Edgeworth. I'm the eldest daughter of the Edgeworth family, a Scottish noble family. The members of the Edgeworth family have been aristocrats for generations. Because we have done whatever is necessary to survive, we have made many enemies. You could say our family is much reviled. You once told me that you were coming to this island instead of your father, right? Could you tell me about him? About that man? It pains me to talk about him. But fine, it doesn't matter anyway. My father, George Edgeworth, is the worst of the worst. He clung to power, turned everyone into his enemies, and was always alone. He is terminally ill, and that serves him right. The invitation was sent to my father, but I intercepted it and came to the island instead. You appear to hate your father a lot, don't you? Don't be so spiteful towards him. He's still your father, you know. You know nothing. Don't talk to me like you do. I shiver when I think about the two of us being related. That's how much I despise him. Good grief. Well, there has to be a reason she hates your father that much. Still, Why'd you want to come to this island? A solitary island in the ocean? There must be a reason why you wanted to come to a place like this. From what I understand, your father didn't ask you to be his representative. Why'd you come to this island? Well, I wanted to verify something. Akira stops talking. It appears that she doesn't want me to know about it. Akira, I promise I won't tell anyone about it. It sounds as if it would help with the investigation. But, no, even then As Akira is stammering, I hear the door open. I assume that Giselle opened the door, but I don't see her. The door remains open for a moment, and then is shut closed again. I can hear the sound of a lock snapping into place. What? What is that? A snake? Be quiet, don't make any noise. I slowly climb onto the desk. Someone opened the door and tossed it into the room. But shouldn't Giselle be outside? Did someone else throw a snake into the room? Anyway, I need to focus on dealing with the snake. Does that mean Giselle's dead? I don't know if it's poisonous or not. I'm not an expert on snakes. I would have to assume that it is. I should ask Neneko. Hey Neneko, is the snake venomous or is it harmless? What do you think? Neneko seems to have lost it. She's doing her best to climb onto the desk. I don't think she'll be able to answer me right now. At any rate, the snake is huge. It also looks angered, probably because it was thrown in here. It's ready to attack us at any time. I hate snakes. I hate all reptiles. I just can't. Akira speaks timidly as she crouches on the wobbly chair. Hey, be quiet. Keep your voice down. You'll provoke the snake otherwise. Doesn't matter if she's afraid of snakes or not. We need to know if this one's venomous or not. I could try to squash it by jumping on it, but that would mean taking quite a risk. From where I am, I can reach the door. The door's locked. Yes, we knew that. We heard the door lock. It appears that whoever threw the snake in here locked the door as well. The lock is the same kind of lock as the one in my room. It doesn't open from the inside without a key. Looks like we won't be able to get out of here for now. You mean, what? It's a click lock that only opens with a key from the inside. Shouldn't the key need to be on the outside? And the click on the inside? Who built this house? Looks like we won't be able to get out of here for now. However, the snake can't belong to any of the guests. Considering that such a creature can't survive in the wild on this island, this has to be a warning from the mansion staff, or an attempt to obstruct my interrogations. It's coming my way. I can't keep my balance on this wobbly chair. Oh my god, I've got an actual choice. It's been a while. Crocodile. Climb onto the desk slowly and carefully. Alright. Slowly and carefully. Akira almost loses her balance because of the wobbly chair, but somehow she manages to get onto the desk. That was a close one. I thought I was going to die. We all managed to get on the desk, but I think the snake will be able to get up here as well. I have to think of something quickly. Yeah, but it won't chase after you. It's scared of you, man. Akira crawls over to the communication equipment towards Neneko. They're hugging each other, probably out of fear. Neneko seems to have finally regained her sanity. Hey, Neneko. Do you know what kind of snake this is? Snake? Nope, she's still out of it. Yes, I know that it's a snake, Neneko. I just want to know if it's poisonous or not. Its scientific name is Dendroapsis polylepis. It was named in 1864 by the zoologist Albert Gunther. Its primary habitat is southeast part of Africa. Neneko, are you out of your mind? I don't need to hear this kind of useless knowledge. I'm asking you if the snake is venomous or not. I'm scared, I'm gonna faint. Don't yell at me like that. Neneko, I need you to take a deep breath and calm down. We're running out of time. Is it venomous or not? This is a black mamba, so yes. It is a deadly poison that can shut down the nervous system. It's the most venomous snake in the world. Untreated, despite has a fatality rate of 100%. See, now that's useful information. It's not good information, though. A black mamba, huh? Actually, I've been bitten by a snake that looked like this one before in Africa. That one, the one that bit me, had blue skin. Black mambas can be either brown or bluish. This one's the brown kind. But wait, have you been bitten by one before? Yes, luckily I was treated back then. However, being stuck in a closed room on an isolated island with such a deadly snake, that really sucks. Enough of your stupid dad jokes. Now you see how serious this is? What are you gonna do? How can we get help? I don't think this has any weakness. An antidote would be nice to have. If only we had one. I don't know about its weakness, but black mambas are very fast and good at climbing. See, I told you, it's climbing up right now. Oh no you don't. I take off my jacket and use it to push the snake down. I managed to make the snake fall onto the floor, but it looks like I also made it angrier. Looks like it's ready to fight. It appears to be deciding who to attack first. Young lady, I heard you scream. Did something happen? Giselle, where have you been? We're in deep trouble here. My apologies, I left my post for a moment because Vincent called me. Is there a problem in there? Yes, a big problem. Someone threw a venomous snake in the room. We're trying to get out of here, but the door's locked. The snake's right next to the door, so we can't break it open. Giselle, can you somehow open this door? It's locked? I'll ask Vincent. You better watch your back around him. The mansion staff may have thrown the snake in here. Vincent may have lured you away from there. I understand. In that case, I'll look for an axe to break the door down with. Giselle, you're our only hope. We can't wait very long. What's with the crying voice? We'll be fine as long as you don't do anything stupid. Probably. Whoa. Looks like the snake has its sights set on Neneko. It's relentlessly trying to climb onto the desk. I managed to knock it back down each time, but if my timing would be off by just a little, the snake might be able to reach her. Darn, I feel bad for the snake, but I have to find a way to kill it. You feel bad for the snake? Why do you feel bad? You shouldn't feel bad. If you don't kill it, we're all gonna die, you stupid idiot. Alright, I get it. I need somebody to kill the snake. Just throw the jacket over it and then jump on it. Something like a sharp knife or even a long stick would work. I don't see anything like that, but can you use that chair over there? It's too far away from me, and using a chair to hit a snake sounds pretty risky. I have an idea. Neneko, could you check the drawers of the desk you're on? Perhaps there's something sharp like a knife in them. You asking me to look inside the drawers while I'm in this perilous situation? I'll definitely lose my balance and fall down. Jeez, I'll do it then. Akira lowers herself, reaches down with her hand and searches the drawers. Whoops. The snake strikes and Akira quickly pulls her hand back. Here you go, I risked my life to get this for you. Now do something with it. A craft knife? A utility knife, huh? Just barely more effective than using my fists. Still better than nothing, I guess. I'll try to put it to good use. Fortunately, it looks sharp enough. I'm afraid that the blade will break, but if I handle it well, I might be able to slice through the snake with it. I hold the utility knife in a way that it won't break easily. I have to time this carefully. I taunt the snake with my jacket. The moment it bites my jacket, I'll attack it with the knife. Ikeda, don't wait too long. I can't feel my legs anymore, I'm about to fall. Hey, Neneko, don't shake like that, the desk might topple over. Whoa. Neneko and Akira are shaking so much they're about to lose their balance. The snake sees what's happening and quickly moves towards Akira. It opens its mouth, bends its body and leaps into the air. I swing the utility knife at the flying snake. The knife slices through the snake, its blood splattering all over the room. You did it, you cut it in half. Geez, for a second I thought this was the end. It appears you somehow managed to kill it though. Whew. Wait, don't get off the desk yet. Huh? As Akira gets off the desk, the snake lunges at her, even though I cut it in half. I try to grab it, but I'm too late. The snake's fangs sink into Akira's ankle. Did it bite me? It bit me! No! I grab the snake's head that's still clinging to Akira's ankle and pull it off her. I throw it into a corner and it slowly stops moving. I've been bitten, I've been bitten, I've been bitten! How could I have known it could still move? Akira, calm down, try not to move. Sit on this chair. Hold still, keep your foot lower than your heart. If that snake bites me, I'll die, won't I? What's even the point? It's no use, I'm gonna die. Akira screams and drops down onto the floor. I told you not to lie down. I'm gonna die anyway, I'll do what I want. Don't be stupid and just give up like that. I'll find a way to save you. If there's such a venomous snake in the mansion, there has to be an antidote somewhere. And where do you think it is? Even if there's an antidote, you'll never find it. Akira releases her gaze and begins to mutter to herself. I move Akira into an upright position. Neneko is still... Is there anything else we can do when a venomous snake bites someone? I mean, you could tie off the wounded limb, remove anything tight. Rings, watches, shoes, because they'll become difficult to remove when the bite swells. You're right, I totally forgot about that. I take off Akira's shoes and tear her stockings that cover the bite mark. There's definitely a snake bite on her ankle. Darn, what a mess. I found an axe. Stand clear of the door, I'm going to break it open. We hear Giselle's voice coming from outside. As soon as Giselle breaks the door open, she and Rail rush into the room. Young lady, what happened to you? Perfect timing, Giselle. Can you think of something appropriate to engrave on my tombstone? Something like "Here lies Akira Edgeworth, killed by a dead snake." Akira still manages to joke around. Giselle appears to have understood the gravity of the situation and gives me a quick glance. Giselle, I'm grasping at straws here, but could you find someone from the mansion and ask them if they know of an antidote? This might be dangerous, but could you do it? I will. This happened because I abandoned my position at the door. I'll look for someone to find the antidote. I'm sure you'll be fine, young lady. Giselle quickly leaves the room. Giselle, just tell me, did Akira really get bitten by a venomous snake? I'm glad you're here, Rail. Can I ask you to help me now as well? I tell you what happened. What a dangerous situation. We have to get an antidote. The venom of a black mamba can seriously affect the nervous system. The toxins of a black mamba are mainly dendrenotoxin and fasciculin. Dendrenotoxin inhibits the potassium channels of the neurons, while fasciculin inhibits, oh my god, acetylchlorosterase, eliciting muscle fat. Oh my god. Yeah, what she says. Yeah. Niniko, you know a lot about this, don't you? Even more than I do. Rayo, how much time do you think we have? Depends on the amount of venom injected by the black mamba. Well, it's usually around 20 minutes. Several minutes have already passed since she was bitten. If we take the time needed for the preparation and injection of the antidote into account, we have 10 minutes at most. 10 minutes, and we're looking for an antidote we don't even know really exists. To be honest, it sounds like an impossible mission. Excuse me, but I can hear you. I'm just dying here, but I'm not deaf. Could you please keep it down? I really need to hear that it's possible. I'm sorry about that, you misunderstood. We were just talking about something else. Don't worry, Akira. We'll find the antidote soon enough. Easy peasy. It's hopeless, I'm gonna die. Akira seems desperate, but no wonder. Anyway, there's no time to slack off. I have to find that antidote, or maybe look for a different treatment? We may have to. Rail, Neneko, is there any other way to treat the bite of a black mamba? Because she's already been bitten by it. Using an antidote would be the best way to treat her. I wish I'd brought my snakebite kit with me. I never expected there'd be a venomous snake on this isolated island, though. This is not very effective, but you can suck at her blood. From a doctor's point of view, I really can't recommend that method. Whoever sucks the blood out may also be poisoned. If you use tannic acid, which has protein coagulation properties, you can neutralize the venom. Tannic acid, huh? What contains a lot of tannic acid? Fuck knows. Sour persimmons. Well, it's true that sour persimmons contain tannic acid, but where can we get some? Don't think persimmons grow on the island. I didn't think of that. Should I order some from Japan? She'll probably be 6 feet under by the time they arrive here. Enough already. How can you crack jokes at a time like this? I can't believe I'm going to die surrounded by such horrible people. Oh, woe is me. At any rate, we need to find an antidote as soon as possible. Right, the antidote. We have to find it as quickly as possible. Where could it most likely be? Not an easy question to answer. Sir Raymond's living quarters? Try that. I'm going to go to Sir Raymond's living quarters. There might be an antidote there. I'll get things ready so the antidote can be ejected as soon as you find it. Thanks, Rail. I'll leave it to you then. She's going to die. You can't rely on me to do it, I'm an idiot. Done. What? What's wrong? The elevator doesn't come down when I press the button. Someone from the mansion probably did this as well. Seems like it. However, there must be a staircase somewhere that we can use to get to Sir Raymond's living quarters. Since the elevator isn't working, the stairs are probably blocked as well. We got the card. Right. Why are they trying so hard to prevent us from reaching Sir Raymond's living quarters? Does that mean there's an antidote there? I don't know. If I wanted to make sure something wasn't found, I'd hide it somewhere unusual. Or have someone carry it around with them. Throwing that snake into the communication room was quite dangerous. Whoever did that might have an antidote on them. The million-dollar question is who threw the snake in there? Let's go back to the communication room and think about it some more. Did you find the antidote? You didn't find it. It's hopeless. Damn, what should I do? Go to the dining hall then. Let's head to the dining hall. Perhaps Jacob is still there. He knows about the mansion. We might get something from him. Yeah, he does seem to know a lot about the mansion. I knew you'd be here. What is it? You look distressed. Did something happen? Actually, Akira was bitten by a venomous snake. She won't make it unless we find an antidote. Jackie, you wouldn't happen to know where they might keep one. A venomous snake? That'd be silly. Why would there be a snake on this island? Don't tell me you're drunk as well. A strong smell of alcohol whiffs into my nostrils. Looks like he's drunk again. Hopefully I can get some information out of him. Unfortunately, it's true. It appears that someone from the mansion threw a venomous snake into the room to threaten us. Someone from the mansion? It must be because you're sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. They must be afraid that the mansion's secrets will be exposed. This is why I told you not to snoop around so much. You can lecture me later anyway about the snake. It's a black mamba. Did you happen to know anything about it? Will it look like I know anything about snakes? No, wait, come to think of it. Sir Raymond and I once spoke about snakes. The name sounds familiar, but... Are you sure? You know where I can find an antidote? An antidote? I can't think straight at all. I may remember something if I drink a bit more. If you drink a bit more, now's not a good time for jokes. Scientifically, he's correct. When you drink alcohol, you have a higher chance of remembering something. When wine sinks, words float. I think he just wants to mess with us. Do you really think we'll be able to give him some wine to get information from him? Well, you can come back if you want to talk to me. Maybe I'll have a moment of clarity. And don't forget to bring me some good wine next time you come. I'll think about it. Why the smell of alcohol? Have you been drinking? You'd be silly and mistaken. This is unacceptable. Good grief, did Jacob's smell of alcohol rub off on me? What am I supposed to do now? Smell like alcohol, I guess. Stay here. There's no point running around aimlessly. We need to come up with a proper plan before I go anywhere. It's good to have a plan, but I can't think of any place where an antidote could be. Let's just think logically. If we were to keep a venomous snake on the island, I'd most likely have an antidote somewhere close to where I kept it. That makes sense. If the snake was kept as a pet, there'd most likely be an antidote inside Shironaga's living quarters. There's a good chance we could find an antidote in Shironaga's living quarters, but how do we get in there? But if we don't hurry and do something, Akira will die. Let's see if this leads to anything. You're right, we have to act quickly. Back to Shironaga's living quarters then. I wonder if the stairs are accessible. Why don't we use the freaking card? What are you doing? You keep scurrying about. Don't tell me you're planning something strange again. Hey, when was I ever up to no good? I'm not doing anything bad, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Akira has been bitten by a poisonous snake. She won't make it if we don't find an antidote quickly. What, a poisonous snake? Are you kidding me on this cold, isolated island? I wish I was kidding, but unfortunately I'm not. Would you happen to know where we find an antidote? An antidote? I have no idea, but... Wait a minute, are you really telling me the truth? If you think I'm lying, just go to the communication room and see for yourself. Everyone else is running around right now. But if you go, try not to upset Akira. No, I believe you. But where could the antidote be? To be honest, I'm not sure either. I was thinking of going to Shironaga's living quarters because I thought they were suspicious. However, the elevator appears to be out of order. The elevator? Come to think of it, the emergency exit was also locked, which I thought was strange. Anyway, I'll go look for an antidote as well. After he says that, Alex runs away. I'm not expecting much from him, but any help is better than nothing. But wait, why did Alex know that the emergency exit was locked? Did he try and sneak through the emergency exit? If that's the case, then Alex is a bit shady as well. Everyone here is shady. The guy's definitely up to something. But we have bigger fish to fry right now. We have to find the antidote quickly. It doesn't appear to be possible to sneak into Sir Raymond's living quarters. What should we do? Should we go back to the communication room for now? Yeah, there might be some new information. I'm also worried about Akira's condition. Dude, we're running out of time. I didn't expect much from you anyway. Hang in there. We'll find an antidote in no time. You keep talking about an antidote. There might not even be one. I don't really want to think about that possibility. We need to go to Sir Raymond's fucking place. It certainly seems to be the most plausible place. Let's try again. Perhaps the elevator's working now? Put the card in the thing. Looks like it's not working. Did they turn off the electricity? There's not much time left. You keep going back and forth. Are you really doing something? Or are you practicing your slaloming? Slaloming? I was gonna make a joke, but then I decided not to when I saw Akira's expression. She probably wouldn't like my joke anyway, especially in a situation like this. To be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. We're at an impasse. What should I do? Darn. It's better to stay here and... Is it better to stay here and do nothing, or do you have any better ideas? I feel as if we're overlooking something. What if there's a way to treat a snake bite without using an antidote? I think that using an antidote is the only way to neutralize the venom. I could swear there's another way. Never mind. We better act quickly. If it's not too much of a bother, could you make it snappy? It's not like I expected much from you anyway. What did you say, Mother? I have to go into the light. Don't give up yet, I won't let you die here. Back to the dining hall, I guess? You should get some wine to take it with you. Right. Can't believe I'm doing this. You need wine for it, you can have a party. No, it's not like that, but this we can... Never mind. Actually, I wouldn't mind a sip myself. Bring me some wine. Yeah, you should take better care of yourself. Drinking's bad for your body. Doesn't matter if it's bad for my body or not, since I'm going to die anyway, apparently. I remember the anecdote from Japan. Mitsunari Yoshida was offered a dried persimmon before his execution, and I grabbed Neneko as she started to mutter to herself again to leave the communication room. What kind of wine are you going to get? I'm pretty sure he has his own likes and dislikes. He's already drunk as a skunk anyway. I'll just pick whichever bottle I see first. I randomly pick a bottle of wine and quickly leave the wine cellar. We're nearly dead. We're nearly out of time. I've been waiting for you. You brought some wine, didn't you? I did, but I just picked one randomly. I hope it's alright. Jacob glances at the wine I brought him and then snorts. Yeah, whatever. As for the antidote, I tried to recall that conversation. I did hear that Sir Raymond owned a venomous snake. A snake that could kill a human being with a single bite. Yeah, I knew that already. As I told you, Akira was bitten by it and is slowly dying. I just want to know where I can find an antidote. Kid, I think you should forget about trying to save Akira. If someone from the mansion really did this, then they've already disposed of the antidote. They would also immediately kill you the moment you asked them for it. Do you think they'd say, yes sir, the antidote is right here? Of course I know that, but I still have to look for it. Her life's at stake. It's not like you know her that well. She's just a stranger to you. I don't know why you're so upset. You're trying to be a knight in shining armor? Jacob, you... Hey, don't be angry at me. It's your fault that this happened in the first place. If Akira dies, it's on you. She's not dead yet. There's still hope. You're someone else, my friend. In any case, good luck trying to save her. That'll take a miracle. I'll be here if you need me. Feel free to swing by if you need to talk or drink some wine. I need to fast forward to get through it. If I can. I'm gonna cry. Don't lose hope, Akira. I'm gonna have to skip. Otherwise we're never gonna make it. Oh, we're out of time, we're fucked. Did it just crash? I think it just crashed. Okay, so all we have to do is stay here over and over again. It turns out that Ikeda's got fucking antibodies for the black mamba poison because when he was bitten in the African jungle, he didn't get treatment and he still survived. So he can just use his blood to heal her. Sure. Ooh, that was a very close call. The blood transfusion was a success and Akira appears to be out of danger. Akira, how are you feeling? My leg still hurts, but it's no longer numb. Looks like Ikeda's blood was the perfect antidote. I'm so happy. As much as I want to complain, I won't. Thank you for saving my life. To be honest, I'm kind of used to being chastised. Anyway, I'm happy you're feeling better. Young lady, you're healed. Giselle, you're back. Did you manage to find any of the mansion stuff? I'm sorry I couldn't find anyone. I see, how strange. Anyway, I'm just glad this is over. Ouch. You should lie down a little bit longer. I've always been a quick healer, don't worry about me. Could you all leave me for a moment? Everyone except for Ikeda and Neneko. But young lady, it's okay Giselle, just wait outside with everyone else. As you wish, young lady. After everybody had left, Akira sighs deeply and leans against the wall. I'm still a bit shaky, so I'm leaning against the wall. I hope you don't mind. Of course that's okay. You want to know something about this island, right? Alright, I'll tell you everything I know. Are you sure? You might be targeted again by people from the mansion. I won't be threatened and silenced anymore. Besides, I owe you my life, don't I? Listen, just accept this favor before I change my mind. Alright then, tell me what you know. Alright, we're going to save. And in the next one, I guess we're going to find out a whole bunch of information about Shironagasu Island. It should shed a lot of light on a lot of the mysteries around here. I still reckon it's some kind of H.P. Lovecraft type Dagon cult thing. But I guess we'll find out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.